Joining us today. My name is Dr. Shanad Dorazan, and I am the Venture Acceleration Manager here at Matter. And so I help to bring companies into the portfolio. And once you're here, making sure that you have all the resources that you need to be successful. I'm a neuroscientist by training. I have background in bringing biomedical technologies from academia to the market, evaluating, doing due diligence on those projects. And so using that expertise in healthcare and helping healthcare startups bring their solutions to market and to the people who need them the most. And so it's a pleasure to be here with you all today. Today, I'll be talking about healthcare entrepreneurship with Matter and how exactly we bring those resources to entrepreneurs. And so Matter's mission is to accelerate the pace of change of healthcare. Our goal is really to find solutions that are going to revolutionize healthcare, right? We want to bring solutions that are going to change people's lives. And we believe that we do that by collaboration, right? So by bringing entrepreneurs and leading industry experts into the same room, bringing them together and accelerating innovation, advancing care, and ultimately saving lives. By putting those solutions, those ideas, decision makers all in the same room, we believe that we can achieve our mission of accelerating the pace of change of healthcare. And so the way that we do this is pretty unique. We have a model where we try to serve as a community nexus, really a neutral platform where startups on the startup incubation side can come and connect with those on the corporate innovation side. And so I like to say that there are two sides of this house. I sit on the startup incubation side, so working directly with entrepreneurs and founders so that they have the knowledge and tools that they need to build their business and to build a functional business around their idea. On the other side of the house, we have corporate innovation, and this is where the partnerships team at Matter sits. And this is where they help large health organizations either internally innovate, so giving them their employees the resources and tools to really innovate and think through new ideas to see how they can incorporate that into their workflows. Or we help them to source solutions that address their specific pain points. And so by doing this, we have created one of the largest communities of healthcare innovators in the world. And so to date, we have worked with well over 1,000 startups from all over the world. We've worked with 130 industry-leading partners and organizations. We've helped those startups raise over $5 billion in capital. And to date, our community holds up to over 50,000 community healthcare workers. And so as you can see on the right, the split up of our portfolio in terms of startups. We have 65% of our portfolios digital health, but we do have a smattering of life sciences, which includes therapeutics, diagnostics, and the like, as well as different healthcare services. The partners that we work with, as you can see, span providers, payers, services, life sciences, academia, association, foundations, universities. And so we really have worked to expand our reach to include everyone who takes part in innovation in some way. And today we're still working on our 2024 numbers, but in 2023, you can see our global footprint. We reached over 300 startups, worked with 60 corporate partners in over 100 cities across 20 countries. So Matter will always be a Chicago DNA organization. Like we were founded here, we work here, this is where we're headquartered, but our reach has expanded far beyond Chicago. So not just nationwide, but internationally as well. And we are committed to equity, right? Not just diversity, equity, inclusion in our staffing and the events that we turn on, but the types of solutions that we're looking for, right? So we believe that the innovation that we would like to invest in, they are the ones that help everyone, right? And so it's not just focusing on particular groups, but what are the solutions that are going to help everyone get to where they need in terms of healthcare? And as you can see, this is just a sampling of over the 130 industry leaders that we have worked with to date. And so now I'm going to talk about the Matter member experience. And so this is what happens when we accept you into the portfolio, how we work with you, the resources that we provide. and how exactly we get your solution, help you try to get your solution to market. And so there are two tiers of membership that I will touch on today, but for the next few minutes, I'll be talking specifically about our select membership, which includes our most inclusive set of resources. And so we really focus in on these three different pillars to help our entrepreneurs build the best healthcare businesses that they can. One includes building business capabilities, raising capital, and then gaining traction in the market. So for building business capabilities, we know you have a great idea. We want to make sure that the business that you surround that idea with is functional. And so by doing that, we offer mentorship and access to experts who will be able to give you those tools to make that business functional. For raising capital, we have a robust fundraising program where we have you work with investors to get investor ready so that then we can put you in front of more investors. And I'll touch more on that in just a moment. And then finally, gaining traction in the market. So working with our partners to understand what their pain points are so that we can source solutions that match those pain points, and then we can foster and facilitate conversations that way. And so for the select membership specifically, how you start that journey is that you'll fill out our online application. My team, the ventures team, we review it. And then we determine whether or not you'll pass the initial round of evaluation and make it onto the interview. If you do get selected for an interview, you'll be interviewing with me. This is where I get to understand your company and your needs a little bit better and see if we can actually, that we have resources that will match what your needs are at the time of application. And then after that, I take all that information, I send it up to leadership who has a final say on whether you are let into the portfolio or not. And then if you are let in, then there's some onboarding, some paperwork to do. And then there's something that we call a discovery session. And so this is where you sit with me and my team for us to really dig deep into the details of your company. So where are you, what stage are you at? What are your fundraising needs? What are your prioritized needs overall? What are you looking to focus on in the next 3 to 6 months? How can we get you to the next milestone? And then beyond that, there's a tool that we have, the Innovators Roadmap tool, where we have you fill out this assessment, and based on those results and the goals that you set, it'll spit out a personalized curriculum across all of our resources to really help you target in and hone in on the goals that you have. And then we continue to build together. And so talking about building your business and having your business be functional, right? So we provide extensive mentorship and coaching. So every member in our select portfolio is matched with an executive in residence. This person serves as your one-on-one mentor throughout your entire journey with Matter. And so this person will have expertise in one of your most challenged areas. And this person will provide that one-on-one expertise on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. You set the cadence for that. But this person will be your go-to person for all things in terms of guidance for strategy and otherwise. In addition to your executive in residence, we have our expert clinic. And so this is what we call episodic mentorship. And so you have access to over 100 mentors. These are subject matter experts in different areas. So whether it's B2B sales, how to sell to hospitals, clinical trials, reimbursement, payer advice. We have people that you can book time with and talk to about whatever it is that you need, whatever information that you might need based on where you are. And so you book time with them, you take that information and you take it back to your executive in residence, and then you continue to fine tune your strategy there. And in addition to both of those, you also get support from Matter. And so I serve as the account manager for all the members in our portfolio. But you also get access to Matter and our network, right? So understanding, okay, where it is that what needs we can serve right then and there, and then finding additional resources, making connections, anything else that you might need in order to get you to where you need to go. In terms of fundraising support, like mentioned before, we have a robust fundraising program. And so how this is set up is that we'll have you fill out what we call our actively fundraising form. And this is just details about where you are right now. So if you have raised money, how much money you're looking to raise, things of that nature. And once you're enrolled into that program, then you'll set time with our fundraising team. And so our fundraising team is made up of my colleague Elle, who leads our fundraising program, as well as two venture fellows. Now, these fellows are not only serial entrepreneurs, but they are investors themselves. So they know exactly what it is that they want to see when looking and doing due diligence on different types of technologies. And so they provide advice. They coach you all in exactly what your strategy should be, if you're targeting the right customers. Really, again, they really dig into all the ins and outs of your pitch, and then they provide feedback. You go back, you iterate, you bring them back to them, you pitch again, and we continue to iterate until your deck is as polished as as it needs to be in order to be put in front of investors. We also try to facilitate conversations between our entrepreneurs who are investor ready and the investors within our network. And so we work with 25 VC firms on a preferred basis. And so these range from angels, pre-seed, early stage investors, all the way to Series B. And so we do quarterly outreach where we, depending on our startups who are investor ready, we try to match those startups with investors who are interested, who has thesis within those areas. And so we try to do matchmaking there. And then in addition to that, we also have a database of over 230 investors that we work with, or that we send, again, a quarterly newsletter out to and say, hey, these are our startups that are fundraising. And if there's any interest from them, we, again, facilitate those conversations. So in addition to all of that, we have a wealth of on-demand resources, and these include our digital curriculum, our professional services directory, and our knowledge library. So our digital curriculum is, especially this is geared towards folks who might not know much about healthcare, or maybe you're a serial entrepreneur and but you've exited companies in other areas outside of healthcare, and you just need a quick lowdown on maybe what the FDA is, right? And why do I need to talk to them? Why is my device classified as a class 2 device? Things of that nature. And so our digital curriculum has over 100 modules that you can look at and learn more about healthcare. They also range in different areas, right? So it's fundraising, sales and marketing, how to build a great team, people and culture, legal resources. So anything that you might need in order to build those building blocks of your business, you can find in the digital curriculum. Our professional services directory, there might be a time where you have to outsource some of the work that you're doing. And so we have curated a list of over 50 vendors who we know work well with startups and price well with startups. And so they've offered to give all of our members a 15% discount on their services. And these services can be communication and marketing, legal resources, consulting, and the like. And then we also have our knowledge library where you can find articles, research guides, templates, frameworks. Again, really trying to give you the tools to build your table. So maybe you've never built a cap table before. This is where you can come and find those types of resources. And so all of our resources live in our member portal. And in our member portal, you'll also be able to find the expert clinic where you'll book time with folks. And then also Team Up, which is we've partnered with MDisrupt to offer up this service where if you are looking to build and expand your team but you don't quite have the time to put into finding talent, then you can work with MDisrupt, fill out an application, and they'll do that work for you. When you join Matter, you'll be joining a dynamic community of healthcare innovators. And so just this morning, we had a fantastic member exclusive webinar on family offices, right? What they are, how they work, and how you can get in there. And so these are the types of conversations with industry executives and investors that you can have as a member of our community. And we try to have at least one webinar each month. It really, we try to see what the healthcare market, what trends are, you know, are happening at the moment. And then we try to bring in speakers who can speak to those and really provide that guidance for our startups. In addition to that, if you're ever in Chicago, you have a headquarters away from home. So not only do we have offices and meeting rooms, but we also have event facilities and conference capabilities as well. You'll also be connected via Slack channel to our wider community, as well as to a members only Slack, where you can resource share amongst your peers, ask for advice, ask, for different things. Really trying to get founders together so that they can not only commiserate with each other, but to really provide that support. So everything I just spoke about, again, was the select membership. And so for the select membership, it's $400 a month. We do not take any equity from our companies. There are also no additional fees that we tack on. This is month to month too, so there's no long-term contract required. We want to be able to provide the appropriate resources for you when you need them. And so we do not want to, keep you here longer than you need to be. We want to provide you the resources and get you to market as quickly as possible. And so the select membership includes all that all that I mentioned and everything that's here on this page. But maybe you're very, very early, right? Maybe you're just getting started. Maybe you're just putting a toe in the water to see, check out the temperature, see if this is what you really want to do. And if that's the case, you might not be at a place where you can take advantage of the mentorship, the fundraising help, or the potential access to experts and the like. And so with that, we have the Flex membership. It's supposed to be flexible, right? It's only $30 a month. And this is really a membership that is it goes at your own pace on your own time, right? So you get access to our digital curriculum, our professional services directory, as well as our knowledge library. And again, no equity, no additional fees. This is month to month. I like to think of this as the Netflix of our resources, right? You sign up, you get access, you watch the modules, you get the information that you need, and then you continue to build. And with that, that is all the information that I have on the membership at Matter. I'd be more than happy to take any questions, and thank you for your attention.
All right, thank you so much, Shanad. If anyone has any questions, you're welcome to drop those into the chat box, or you could go off microphone and ask your question that way. Again, only if you're comfortable to go on video, but not necessary. Oh, I see something in the chat. Shanad, do you want to take it away?
Yes, all right. So Andra, can you clarify what do you mean? What does Matter offer on AI or federal disruptions?
So I'm familiar with Matter as financing metrics around investors, that sort of thing. The way I see Matter define itself and measure itself has been around investment. My company doesn't need investment. We're bootstrapping, we've got our market. Where we're looking for information is around the very rapid moving fields like AI and very, very rapid moving, what on earth is going on with the feds? So, what does Matter offer apart from investing on these rapid moving, nimble situations?
Right. So in those cases, we do try to offer up webinars. So bringing in speakers who have expertise in those areas to come and talk to our startups, but more so not just like a blanket, oh, here's something on AI, but really more targeted questions. So for instance, just a week or so ago, we had a webinar on cybersecurity and what that means, right? And so we're constantly trying to bring speakers in to speak to our startups about these different issues. As you mentioned, it is rapidly moving in terms of, especially like on the federal level, we know as much as everyone else knows, right? And we are also trying to keep up with what's happening. And so we use our network to try to understand what's going on. And then if there is an appropriate use case, we do try to bring those speakers to talk to our startups.
What do you have on schedule coming up?
If you want to head to our events page on our website, you can find a list of events that are coming up. There are a bit too many to name now, but I know Kay will drop that link there and you can have a look.
Yep, and then the startup exclusive events, those are not listed on the website as those are private. But like Shanad said, we had Everett Common this morning on demystifying family offices, and then we have a couple coming up for various topics. CPT codes are one from Class Research. We have the founder joining us next month.
Right. So Angie had asked, is the membership per user or per startup? It is per user for both memberships. So the way that we structure it is that there is a primary account holder, and that will be the $400. But if there are different members of the team that you'd like to add to the membership, it is there's a discounted rate of $250 per additional seat. Sorry, per additional seat. Yeah.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Uh, do you have job opportunities within the network of Matter? So yes, there is a job board that we host where people put job opportunities. They list job opportunities that might be available to our wider network. This is not something that Matter manages specifically, so our members are free to post on that job website. But again, this is not something that we curate ourselves or that we go through, and so just keep that in mind when thinking about that. So, Zhao Mao, thank you for your question. How much is a one-day pass to use Matters meeting rooms? Does this require membership? And so I will say, so it does not require membership. We do have space-only pricing. But if you do have a membership, you do have access to reserve our conference rooms, and it's included in the price of your membership.
Yeah, each member. By the way, my name is Kay. I'm on Matters events team, so I'm coming just from our event space capacities. But both event space, you have 2 full business days free each month that you're able to use, whether it's internal workshops, it's a board meeting. If you want to use the space to, pitch to any investors that you brought in, anything like that, you're welcome to use it for. And then similar with conference rooms, you're able to book those on your own for certain hourly durations. But if you want all day, happy to work with you on that too. It's also free. You just need to go to a Matter team member to book long periods of time.
All right. So do you need a membership to attend Matter events? You do need a membership to attend select exclusive webinars, the webinars that we put on specifically for our members, but we do have plenty of other public events that we have that we open to the community, both virtual and in person, and you do not need a membership for that.
Yep. And then all of our public facing events are free as well. I dropped the link earlier to our events page, so feel free to check those out.
Yeah. Where exactly is Matter these days and how big is the space? So Matter is still in the Merchandise Mart. We were on the 12th floor, but we are temporarily on the 5th floor until we can move into our new permanent home on the 2nd floor. And so in terms of how big the space is, I don't know the square footage.
I don't have a square footage, but we do have open desks that folks can come in during the day time to use. We have currently in our interim space, we have 4 conference rooms, And then event space wise, we have our classroom, also known as a training room, that fits up to about 30 folks classroom style. And then we have a temporary auditorium that can fit up to 200 theater style. And that, again, access to it is included in your membership for increments throughout each month. It is not as big as our old space, both temporary and the new office. So we will not be having designated desks. It'll be a first come, first serve. We're still working out everything as construction is coming up, but I believe we'll have a reservation system a little bit different from what we currently have to book desks for the day, as well as conference rooms for the day, the week, a month prior, things like that. And then through me is how you book the event space.
So does the Flex membership allow access to conference rooms and workrooms? It does not. That is only included in our Select membership. Flex members, the Flex membership is only our on-demand online resources. And it's per person. So for each person that would like to have a Flex membership, they'll have their own membership. In our Select portfolio, we currently have about 150 members. Do we have an issue with having too many members and not enough mentors? I would say no. Yeah, absolutely, Rajiv. Currently, so we do have 150 members, like I mentioned, and we do have we have our executive in residence, and then we also have our experts in our expert clinic. And so each executive in residence have a select number of members in their portfolio that they manage. And so we haven't encountered an issue with not having enough mentors in terms of your executives in residence. And we also have, you have access to over 100 subject matter experts in our expert clinic. And these meetings are first come, first serve. And so they're, like, I don't think there's a particular issue with reserving time or anything like that. It is first come, first serve. So long as you're able to book that time, there hasn't been an issue. I hope that answered your question. Yeah, so we don't know. Rajiv, sorry. So with the question is, with the current administration's directives impacting NIH grants and challenging funding, is Paratus and iCreate still able to meet its decision deadlines for current submissions? I will say things are business as usual here for now. If there are any pauses or challenges to what we can do, this is something that our partnerships team will handle in stride, especially with the Paratus and the Barter team. But as of right now, it's business as usual as far as I know.
Hey, Shanad.
Yeah,
Could I jump in on that quick?
thank you.
Yeah, so hi, my name is Garrison Anderson. I also work on the marketing team at Matter. Rajiv, I'll drop in the chat. You can send that question to paratus@matter.health. The team that's managing that accelerator program will receive your question and then be more informed than Shanad or I are on that topic, just because we're not directly in the weeds on that program. So just wanted to throw that in there.
Thanks, Garrison. And I do want to say that we are impacted by what's going on in the world today, and we are taking it in stride. We are doing our best to manage the situations as we can. But just be advised that information, like, as soon as we get it, you'll get it in that respect. So please bear with us as we go through it. Yeah, so the question is, how is the vetting process for choosing mentors? How do you get people excited about becoming a mentor? What's in it for them? And so our mentors are typically folks who, are serial entrepreneurs, are C-suite execs, people who have been where you are and who have also had some experience on the other side, understanding the corporate side of things, right? And so we typically choose mentors from our network who have that qualification, who have worked with startups before. And so the vetting process is, you'd let us know, you can let me know if you're interested in becoming a mentor. And then you will meet with my colleague, Caitlin, where, there's a bit of a triage there. And then if your qualifications meet what we hope to have in mentors for our startups, then you'll talk to leadership further. And then they have their own vetting process there, but that's how you let me know. I'll send you to Caitlin. Caitlin will then send it up to leadership, where they'll continue that process. Oh, and then what's in it for them? So a lot of folks, so they donate their time to us because they believe in our mission, but also it gives them a way to keep their ear to the ground for new and emerging technologies, right? And so understanding what healthcare trends are happening, what technologies people are asking for, it really helps them in their day job, in what they do. I do not know what the average age of our mentors are. If I were to hazard a guess, it'd be middle age, maybe 40, 50s, but I don't know how old everyone is.
Yeah, I do not know ages either. But for each mentor, you do have access to their bio. You can see what their past experience is. Like they are subject matter experts for that specific topic area. So if someone you were interested in might not be knowledgeable in that area, ideally we do have someone else in our mentor clinic that is able to be more advisable for that area. But age-wise, I don't know. We really track their experience more so than how old they are.
I do have a question about the acceptance rate for memberships, if there are any specific milestones that we are looking for. And so the main criteria that we have for the solutions that we like to bring into the portfolio is your focus on health equity and whether your solution will help change healthcare, right? So there are specific rubrics that we work on, just like any other firm in terms of due diligence, looking at your business strategy, your market strategy, the problem, the solution, whether it's an unmet need or not, but we're really looking for solutions that are going to help people and have that impact on healthcare that we really would like to address. There aren't any specific milestones that we're looking for, just because we work with early stage all the way up to Series B companies. And so what we're really looking for is that you understand the problem that you are trying to solve, that your solution appropriately matches that problem, and that your innovative idea will have an impact on health equity in getting that. Sorry. Have an impact on health equity. Great. Thanks, DeFranco. If you wouldn't mind, please feel free to shoot me an email. And if anyone has any additional questions, after hopping off this call, please feel free to reach out to me and ask that question. If you would like to get a better read on our resources, we can schedule a one-on-one call, just so that you can let me know where you and your company are, and I can ascertain whether we have the resources to appropriately meet you where you're at. And with that, I would like to say thank you all for joining us today. Hopefully we get to see you in the portfolio soon. And please reach out if you have any questions.